or communicating when I was in Europe. And I accused Lydia of stealing her music. I'm just trying to get a little bit of closure on some of those topics.
You guys, something absolutely shocking just happened in Plathville that has the entire family and fans stunned. Micah Plath, the youngest of the Plath siblings, has announced that he and his girlfriend are expecting a baby. Yes, you heard that right. This news has sent ripples through the household and has everyone questioning what this means for the family dynamics moving forward. Hi friends, I'm Sophie and welcome to my channel Reality Scandals Daily. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because today's episode is packed with explosive family drama you don't want to miss. And of course, I want you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think the family will handle this well, or are we in for more chaos? So let's start with the basics. Micah has been in a relationship with his girlfriend for some time now, and while fans knew the relationship existed, no one expected this big announcement. Micah has always been a bit of a free spirit compared to some of his older siblings, and this news highlights a growing divide between him and the rest of the family. Kim Plath, the matriarch of the family, was visibly taken aback when she heard the news. In past episodes, we've seen Kim struggle to balance her love for her children with her strict beliefs and high expectations. Her reaction this time, a mix of shock, concern, and, if we're honest, a little fear for what this means for the family's traditional values. Barry, on the other hand, seemed a bit more reserved. He's always been the voice of reason in the house, but even he couldn't hide his surprise. You could see that old tension in his eyes, the struggle between wanting to support his children and feeling the weight of expectations he and Kim grew up with themselves. And then there's the siblings. The reactions vary, but the tension is undeniable. Moria, Olivia, and Ethan all had to process this news in their own ways. We've seen moments before where disagreements over life choices caused friction among the siblings, and now this pregnancy announcement adds a whole new layer of complexity. Some of them are excited for Micah, wanting to be supportive, while others worry about how this decision fits or doesn't fit with the family's long-standing traditions. Let's take a step back and remember where the Plaths come from. The family has been shaped by very conservative values rooted in their strict upbringing. In previous episodes, we've seen how this environment influenced the children, especially when it comes to relationships, independence, and life choices outside the family home. Many of the older siblings, including Maria and Ethan, have clashed with Kim and Barry over personal freedoms, whether it was moving out, dating, or pursuing careers outside of the family's expectations. These past rebellions give us important context for understanding why Micah's announcement isn't just news, it's a catalyst for tension. Micah has often been viewed as someone trying to carve his own path, separate from the family mold. He's made choices that challenge the traditional rules Kim and Barry have set, and now this pregnancy brings that tension to the surface. Some fans have even speculated that this could be a turning point in the family, forcing older members to reconsider how they approach control, independence, and support. And it's not just about family rules, it's about real human emotions. Think about it, a new life is coming, and that brings excitement, fear, and responsibility all at once. Micah has to navigate becoming a father, while also figuring out how to maintain relationships with family members who might not fully understand or accept his choices. Meanwhile, the family has to deal with a situation that challenges their long-held beliefs and routines. Fans on social media have already started buzzing. Some are cheering for Micah, saying he deserves happiness and freedom to make his own choices. Others are worried that the family's dynamics might be strained even further, leading to arguments, tension, and potential fallout that could last through the next season of Welcome to Plathville. I personally find it fascinating how one announcement can trigger so many reactions, from shock and concern to excitement and debate. Now let's think about the real human side of this story. Micah is young, in love, and facing one of the biggest changes of his life. And yes, it's dramatic, but it's also relatable. We all know moments where our choices clash with expectations, and watching the Plath family navigate this in front of cameras is both entertaining and emotional. As someone who has followed their journey, I get emotional seeing how these family bonds are tested. There's love, frustration, and fear all tangled together. What's really interesting is how this news shines a light on the ongoing struggle between tradition and independence in the Plath household. The older siblings' experiences, past breakups, and life choices all come into play here. Fans can't help but compare Micah's journey to theirs, asking questions like, will he face the same challenges, or will he find his own way to balance family expectations and personal happiness? And here's where I want to hear from you. How do you think Kim and Barry will handle Micah's pregnancy? Will the family rally together, or are we heading for some explosive confrontations in upcoming episodes? Who do you think will be the most supportive sibling and who might struggle to accept this news? Drop your thoughts in the comments because your perspective matters and I love reading your reactions. One thing is for sure, the Plath family is no stranger to drama, but this pregnancy adds a completely new layer. It's a reminder that even with conservative values and strong family expectations, life has a way of challenging everyone, pushing boundaries, and testing relationships. Micah's announcement isn't just a plot point for the show, it's a real moment of change, tension, and emotion that fans across the country are reacting to. So, friends, as the story continues to unfold, we'll be watching closely. How the family adapts, how Micah prepares for fatherhood, and how each sibling navigates their own emotions will make the upcoming episodes absolutely unmissable. And of course, I'll be here to bring you all the latest updates, insights, and commentary right here on Reality Scandals Daily. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and comment below with your reactions. You might just see your thoughts featured in my next video. You guys, if you thought the Plath family drama couldn't get any wilder, Lydia's wedding proved us all wrong. What was supposed to be a beautiful, joyful day quickly turned into a whirlwind of tension, chaos, and honestly, shock. Hi friends, it's Sufi here again. Welcome back to Reality Scandals Daily. If you're loving the inside scoop on Plathville, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And I have to ask, you need to comment your thoughts below because this wedding fight has fans divided like never before. Let's set the scene. Lydia's wedding was supposed to be a memorable and elegant event celebrating love and family togetherness. But as soon as the festivities began, old family tensions started creeping back in. Micah and Isaac, two of the Plath siblings, ended up in a confrontation that escalated faster than anyone could have imagined. If you've been following the show, you know that these two have a long history of clashing over everything from personal choices to differing views on family responsibilities. This wasn't the first time we've seen friction between them, but it was by far the most intense moment caught on camera. During the wedding, what started as a heated argument over family dynamics quickly turned physical. Isaac, the older brother with a strong sense of authority in the family, and Micah, who's always pushed boundaries and questioned family expectations, exchanged words that spiraled into a shocking altercation. Viewers watching at home were left holding their breaths as tensions reached a peak. By the end of it, Micah was injured, and the situation had completely overshadowed what should have been a celebratory moment. To understand why this fight was so explosive, we need to look back at their history. The Plas siblings have a long track record of disagreements, some of which were caught on camera, while others were revealed through interviews and social media posts. Micah's rebellious streak, especially his attempts to assert independence and make personal choices outside of Kim and Barry's expectations, has always clashed with Isaac's more traditional rule-following approach. Over the seasons, we've seen smaller arguments at family dinners, disagreements over dating, and debates about faith and lifestyle. All of this built up a foundation of tension that made a confrontation at a high-stakes event like a wedding almost inevitable. Now many fans are asking, was this fight real or was it staged for the cameras? On social media, viewers are divided. Some argue that this was genuine sibling tension boiling over, especially given Micah's recent pregnancy announcement and the additional stress it has put on the family. Others think it might have been amplified or even orchestrated for reality TV drama. Reality shows often thrive on conflict, and the timing of this fight during such a significant event raises questions about how much was natural and how much was produced for entertainment value. Regardless of the cause, the wedding footage itself was jaw-dropping. Guests and family members can be seen reacting in shock, trying to intervene, while Kim and Barry are caught in the middle, struggling to regain control. It was tense, emotional, and honestly very real to watch. You could see the fear and concern on their faces as they tried to mediate, but old patterns of conflict between the siblings quickly resurfaced. What made this even more intense is that weddings are supposed to unite families, not highlight divides. And yet, for the Plas, the day exposed deeper fractures that viewers have been following for years. The dynamics between older and younger siblings, differing perspectives on responsibility and independence, and the family's struggle to balance traditional values with the changing realities of their children's lives all came to the forefront. In many ways, the wedding became a lens through which fans could see the ongoing struggles that define this family. Social media reactions were, of course, explosive. Fans debated the severity of the altercation, Micah's injuries, and whether Isaac's actions were justified. Some expressed concern for Micah's safety, while others sympathized with Isaac, saying he was reacting out of frustration with ongoing family chaos. And then there's the speculation that the fight was staged to boost ratings. Clips from the episode circulated widely, with commenters dissecting body language, timing, and editing cues to determine if this was authentic. Fans really got into the weeds trying to separate real emotion from potential reality TV storytelling tactics. One of the most shocking parts was seeing how other siblings responded. Some tried to calm the situation, while others took sides, revealing long-standing alliances and unresolved resentment. It was clear that this wedding, which should have been about celebration, had become a battleground for deeper issues within the family. This includes disagreements over parenting philosophies, lifestyle choices, and even personal freedoms, topics that have been simmering since the earliest seasons. It's also worth noting how this event might affect future episodes. Weddings are supposed to be happy, but for the Plas, this one exposed ongoing tension that could drive storylines for months. Fans are now watching closely to see if Micah and Isaac can mend their relationship, how other siblings react in upcoming episodes, and whether Kim and Barry can restore peace or if this will trigger even more conflict. And let's be real, watching this unfold makes you question the line between reality and performance. Was this just two brothers letting off steam, or was it carefully crafted for maximum drama? While some viewers lean toward the fight being authentic, others can't help but see the timing and camera angles as evidence that reality TV storytelling played a role. Either way, it's impossible to deny that this moment captured intense emotion and raw family tension, making it one of the most talked about events in Plathville history. So what do you think, friends? Was this wedding fight a true eruption of long-standing sibling rivalry, or could it have been staged for the cameras? Do you side with Micah, who's navigating personal change and big news with a baby on the way, or Isaac, who seems determined to enforce family rules? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I can't wait to hear what you all think about this shocking wedding chaos. One thing is clear, Lydia's wedding will not be remembered for flowers, vows, or celebrations. Instead, it will go down as a defining moment of Plathville drama. Tensions between Micah and Isaac, set against the backdrop of family expectations and individual rebellion, brought raw emotion to the forefront. And if you thought this was just a one-time incident, think again. The Plath family's history suggests that these conflicts are far from over. Friends, stick around because in the next segments, we'll explore even more shocking revelations, including the controversial threats made by Ethan and how these family dramas continue to unfold. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and comment below with your opinions. Your thoughts might get featured in our next discussion here on Reality Scandals Daily. Hey friends, if you thought the wedding chaos was intense, things get even more dramatic when we talk about Veronica and her accusations against Ethan Plath. This situation has left fans shocked, confused, and talking nonstop across social media. Hi, I'm Sophie, and welcome back to Reality Scandals Daily. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest family updates from Plathville. And of course, I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments below because this story is one that really divides opinions. So let's start with Veronica Peters. Fans of Welcome to Plathville know that Veronica had a past relationship with Micah Plas, and over time she's become a notable figure in the family's extended drama. What is everyone talking is her very public claims about Ethan Plath. In one of the episodes and later in interviews, Veronica shared that Ethan issued threats toward her. Specifically, she described a moment that left her shaken, where Ethan allegedly made a terrifying statement saying that he would harm her. While the show itself handled this carefully, Veronica expanded on the details during public interviews, emphasizing how serious and frightening the incident felt for her. Watching the episodes, you can see how tense the atmosphere becomes whenever Ethan is involved in conflicts. He's always been known for having a strong personality, and over the seasons, fans have noticed moments where his intensity clashes with other family members. But this particular allegation from Veronica was shocking because it wasn't just a disagreement or argument, it was something that felt threatening, crossing a line for many viewers. This situation immediately affected family dynamics. Micah, who had previously been in a relationship with Veronica, found himself caught in the middle. The siblings, especially older ones like Mariah and Olivia, were drawn into conversations about loyalty, protection, and responsibility. Kim and Barry, meanwhile, had to respond not only as parents but as figures trying to manage public perception. Their reactions, though cautious, showed concern. Kim was visibly emotional in her response, emphasizing the importance of keeping the family safe and maintaining peace. Barry, as usual, tried to weigh the facts, but you could tell the tension of the situation weighed heavily on him. This incident also put a spotlight on Ethan in a way that hadn't happened before. Fans have been closely observing his behavior across seasons, noting moments where his protective instincts or strong opinions sometimes tip over into arguments. But Veronica's claims intensified scrutiny on him. Viewers started to question, how does Ethan navigate conflict, and what does this say about family culture in Plathville? The tension between personal beliefs, sibling expectations, and outside relationships has always been tricky for this family, and now it was playing out in the spotlight more than ever. Social media reactions were immediate and fierce. Clips from the episodes circulated widely, with fans dissecting Ethan's behavior, facial expressions, and body language. Some viewers expressed concern for Veronica, supporting her and urging the family to take these claims seriously. Others tried to provide context for Ethan's actions, suggesting that the tension was a combination of misunderstandings, family stress, and ongoing drama that has defined the Plas for years. Discussions on Reddit, Twitter, and fan forums showed just how divided opinions were, some calling it a wake-up moment for the family, others debating whether it was amplified for reality TV storytelling. What's fascinating is how this moment fits into the larger narrative of the Plath family. Over the seasons, we've seen conflicts erupt over lifestyle choices, independence, and family rules. Ethan has often been a central figure in these discussions, especially when it comes to protecting family values and mediating between siblings. Veronica's accusations brought all of these ongoing tensions into sharp focus, reminding fans that family conflicts aren't just private, they're public, emotional, and sometimes very serious. Watching the episodes, you also see the ripple effects of this incident. It's not just Ethan and Veronica.
other siblings react, the parents react, and even extended family dynamics come into play. It's a reminder of how one event can affect everyone in the household, forcing people to reconsider trust, relationships, and boundaries. And because Welcome to Plathville captures so much on camera, viewers are right there seeing how the family navigates these high-pressure situations in real time. Fans online also discussed whether this incident could affect future seasons. Some wondered if the tension between Veronica and Ethan would lead to more conflict on camera or if the family would take steps to resolve the issue behind the scenes. Others debated the role of reality TV production, questioning if any of the drama was edited or highlighted to maximize audience engagement. Regardless of interpretation, it's clear that Veronica's accusations brought a level of tension that hasn't been seen in a while, making it a critical moment for the family's story arc. It's also important to remember that this isn't just gossip, it's a moment where real emotions, fears, and family loyalty collide. Veronica's experience reflects the challenges of dealing with intense personalities within a household, especially when everything is amplified by cameras and public attention. Fans reacted with empathy, outrage, and curiosity, showing how invested viewers are in seeing the Plath family navigate both conflict and resolution. So, friends, what do you think about Veronica's claims? Do you believe this was a serious escalation that highlights deeper issues in the family, or could there be misunderstandings that got magnified on camera? How should Ethan respond moving forward, and how do you think this will affect relationships among the siblings? Let me know in the comments. I genuinely want to hear your perspective on this one because it's a story that affects everyone in the household and keeps fans glued to their screens. One thing is certain, Veronica's accusations against Ethan are more than just a moment of drama, they're a turning point for the Plath family. How they handle this will impact relationships, trust, and the way fans view each member. And we'll be watching closely as the story continues to unfold in upcoming episodes. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and comment below with your thoughts because this family never ceases to keep us on our toes here on Reality Scandals Daily.
You guys, if you thought Lydia's wedding fight was the peak of Plathville drama, think again. The fallout from the wedding, combined with Micah's pregnancy news, has intensified tensions in ways that are impossible to ignore. Hi friends, it's Sophie here. Welcome back to Reality Scandals Daily. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Also, I want to hear from you. Do you think the Plath family can come together, or are these events pushing them further apart? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because this is a conversation we all need to have. Let's start with Kim and Barry. Watching the episodes after Lydia's wedding, you could see just how heavy the tension weighed on them. Kim, as usual, is trying to balance love for her children with the traditional values she holds dear. She's visibly emotional, expressing worry not only about the physical altercation between Micah and Isaac, but also about the consequences of Micah becoming a father at such a young age. Barry, on the other hand, seems to be attempting to stay rational, trying to mediate between the siblings and maintain order in the household, but it's clear even he is frustrated. There's only so much one can do when emotions are high, and family expectations collide with personal choices. The siblings' reactions are just as revealing. Micah, caught in the middle of wedding chaos and now facing impending fatherhood, is navigating a mix of excitement, anxiety, and frustration. He wants to embrace this new chapter in his life, but the family's reactions, especially from older siblings who prioritize tradition, add pressure. Isaac, in particular, seems to struggle with Micah's independence. In previous seasons, we've seen Isaac consistently act as the enforcer of family rules and values, and now, with Micah stepping into fatherhood, Isaac's protective instincts clash with Micah's personal choices. Mariah, Olivia, and the other older siblings also bring their own perspectives. Some of them empathize with Micah's situation, having dealt with similar challenges as they grew older, while others are concerned about maintaining family expectations and the reputation of the Plath household. Watching these interactions, it becomes clear that the Plath family is divided not only by age but by life choices. The younger siblings, like Micah, are exploring independence and taking personal risks, whereas the older ones often feel a responsibility to uphold the family's traditional values and guide the younger members. What's fascinating is how the wedding fight and the pregnancy announcement intersect to amplify tension. Before, conflicts were mostly contained to disagreements over personal choices or lifestyle differences. Now there's a very tangible event, the wedding altercation, that exposes unresolved conflicts, and a life-changing announcement that challenges the family's rules and expectations. Together, these events act as a catalyst, forcing every member to confront issues they may have ignored for years. Fans watching the episodes immediately noticed the intensity. Social media discussions exploded, with viewers dissecting every interaction, every facial expression, and every word exchanged between siblings. Some fans sympathize with Micah, applauding him for taking responsibility for his life and embracing fatherhood despite family pressures. Others side with Isaac or the older siblings, feeling that Micah's choices are reckless or disruptive to family harmony. Reddit threads, Instagram comments, and fan forums are full of debates about how the Plaths will manage this tension moving forward. The fallout also highlights the ongoing struggle between the family's conservative upbringing and the changing priorities of the younger generation. Kim and Barry raised their children with strong religious and traditional values, expecting obedience and respect for family rules. Over the seasons, viewers have seen younger siblings challenge those expectations in subtle ways, moving out, pursuing personal interests, or making independent choices. Micah's pregnancy is the latest, and perhaps most dramatic example of that clash. Watching these dynamics unfold on camera reminds fans of the real human challenges of balancing parental expectations with personal growth. Episodes following the wedding show smaller conflicts simmering, conversations at dinner, side discussions in the living room, and moments of tension in family gatherings reveal that the fight and the pregnancy are not isolated events. Instead, they have opened the door for unresolved issues to resurface, creating an environment where emotions are raw and patience is thin. For example, discussions about future responsibilities, living arrangements, and parental guidance often turn into arguments, showing that these challenges are ongoing and complex. And it's not just about conflict, it's also about emotional bonds. Even amidst the tension, viewers see glimpses of love, concern, and support. Micah's siblings, despite disagreements, still check in on him. Kim and Barry continue to try to protect their children while grappling with uncertainty. These moments make the Plath family story relatable, even amidst dramatic confrontations. It's the push and pull of family life amplified on camera, and it's what keeps fans engaged season after season. So friends, I have to ask, do you think the Plath family can find common ground after all this? Will Micah's pregnancy bring them closer, or is it going to deepen the divide between older and younger siblings? How will Isaac respond in future episodes, and can Kim and Barry restore peace in the household? I want to hear your thoughts. Comment below with your take, because your insights make this discussion even more interesting. One thing is certain, the fallout from Lydia's wedding and Micah's pregnancy has set the stage for intense family dynamics in upcoming episodes. Conflicts over expectations, loyalty, and personal freedom are far from resolved, and fans will be watching closely to see who steps up, who struggles, and how the family navigates these emotional challenges. It's a reminder that in Plathville, drama isn't just entertainment, it's a reflection of real family struggles, captured in real time for us all to witness. So stay tuned and keep following this story here on Reality Scandals Daily. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be watching your reactions closely because this is a family story that's still unfolding and every perspective counts. Alright friends, if you thought the Plath family drama couldn't get more intense, Ethan Plath's behavior in recent episodes proves otherwise. From heated arguments to serious accusations, his actions have left fans questioning boundaries, family rules, and how far authority should go in a household. Hi, I'm Sophie. Welcome back to Reality Scandals Daily. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss updates from Plathville. And I want to hear from you. What do you think about Ethan's actions? Comment below because this is a discussion that matters. Let's start by looking at Ethan's behavior patterns. Over the seasons, he's been portrayed as a strong-willed, protective older sibling, often taking it upon himself to enforce rules and maintain order in the Plath household. This has earned him respect from some family members, but it's also created tension, especially with younger siblings who want to make their own choices. In the episodes following Lydia's wedding and Micah's pregnancy announcement, Ethan's reactions were particularly intense. He confronted situations head-on, sometimes in ways that escalated conflicts rather than calming them. Veronica's accusations brought these behaviors into sharp focus. She publicly stated that Ethan made a threatening comment toward her, which shocked both fans and family members alike. In interviews and social media discussions, she described feeling unsafe and deeply concerned, emphasizing how serious the situation felt. Watching the episodes, you can see how Ethan's intensity and directness sometimes cross lines, creating fear and discomfort for those around him. This is not just about sibling rivalry, it's about how one person's sense of control can impact an entire family. The effect on the family has been significant. Micah, caught between his independence and Ethan's strong influence, is navigating enormous pressure. Other siblings are also affected. Some feel they must take sides, while others struggle with frustration and confusion. Kim and Barry, meanwhile, are forced to confront the limits of authority and protection. They want to support their children, but they also need to address the emotional consequences of these confrontations. The episodes capture their tension, showing parents who are torn between upholding family values and ensuring safety and trust within the household. Fans watching at home have reacted strongly. Social media has been flooded with opinions, debates, and concerns. Some viewers argue that Ethan is simply trying to maintain order and uphold the family's traditional values, particularly given their strict upbringing and conservative household rules. Others are alarmed by the intensity of his actions, questioning whether they cross ethical or emotional boundaries. Reddit threads, Instagram comments, and YouTube discussions all highlight the controversy, showing that fans are deeply invested in seeing whether Ethan can balance control with compassion. It's also worth looking at the broader implications of Ethan's behavior in the context of family rules and generational conflicts. The Plath family is known for its conservative values, shaped by Kim and Barry's desire to raise children with discipline and faith-based guidance. Older siblings like Ethan often internalize these expectations and feel responsible for enforcing them, but younger siblings like Micah are exploring independence and life choices outside of these rules, creating inevitable tension. The situation with Veronica brings that tension into sharp relief. It's a clash between authority, tradition, and personal freedom. Episodes show that Ethan's intensity doesn't just affect Veronica, it reverberates across the household. Sibling interactions become charged, conversations are tense, and emotional stakes are high. Even seemingly small disagreements can escalate quickly when underlying patterns of control and expectation are at play. It's a reminder that the Plath family dynamics aren't just about individual events. They're about long-standing structures, beliefs, and patterns that influence every interaction. Fans have also discussed the emotional toll on the family. Watching the show, you can see that tension, fear, and frustration weigh heavily on everyone involved. Siblings who once looked to Ethan for guidance now sometimes feel intimidated or constrained. Micah, in particular, is trying to balance the responsibility of impending fatherhood with the pressure of family expectations, and Ethan's approach sometimes complicates that balance. Even parents Kim and Barry are navigating a delicate line between protecting their children and allowing them to grow independently. Another aspect viewers have focused on is how these conflicts impact public perception. The Plath family is in the spotlight, and every action is scrutinized by fans, media, and online communities. Ethan's behavior, particularly in situations like the one with Veronica, has generated strong reactions. Some fans support him as a protector of family values, while others express concern over how his intensity affects relationships and emotional well-being. The episodes show these tensions play out naturally, giving viewers insight into the real consequences of strict family hierarchies combined with personal freedom. Watching these episodes, you also notice that Ethan's behavior isn't one-dimensional. He is protective, principled, and deeply invested in his family, but his approach can be aggressive, uncompromising, and intimidating. This duality is what keeps viewers engaged. He's not a villain, but he's not without flaws either. It makes for compelling reality TV, but also a real emotional challenge for the family. So friends, I want to know your take. Do you think Ethan's actions are justified as an older sibling enforcing rules,
or do they go too far and create fear in the household? How should the Plaths navigate these generational conflicts moving forward? Comment below with your thoughts because this is one story that will continue to shape the family's narrative. One thing is clear, Ethan's behavior and the fallout from these conflicts aren't just drama, they are real reflections of family dynamics, control, and growing pains. The Plaths are dealing with intense emotional challenges, and fans are watching closely to see who adapts, who resists, and how the family evolves. This story isn't over, and every episode adds another layer to the complex, sometimes shocking reality of life in Plathville. Stay tuned, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you think about Ethan's behavior, Veronica's experience, and the impact on the Plath family. Here on Reality Scandals Daily, we'll continue tracking the drama, tension, and real human emotions that keep this family in the spotlight. After everything we've watched unfold, the pregnancy announcement, the wedding feud, Veronica's accusations, and Ethan's behavior, the big question remains. Has the Plath family truly found peace, or are these conflicts just getting started? Fans of Welcome to Plathville know by now that surface calm doesn't always mean the storm has passed. Behind every smiling family photo or cheerful social media post, there can be simmering tension waiting to erupt in the next episode. Some viewers believe the family has turned a corner. They point to moments of togetherness, shared meals, group photos, even playful interactions as evidence that the Plaths are moving past the chaos, but just as many fans aren't convinced. The timing of dramatic events lining up with new episodes or possible seasons makes people wonder if certain conflicts are being amplified for the cameras. After all, reality TV has always thrived on shock value, and the Plath family's combination of tradition and rebellion creates the perfect recipe for drama. That's not to say the emotions we've seen aren't real. Micah's pregnancy news hit hard because it represents a genuine shift in the family dynamic. Lydia's wedding drama, whether staged or spontaneous, reflected real sibling tension, and Veronica's claims about Ethan's threats, those have a seriousness that goes far beyond television entertainment. So maybe what we're witnessing is a blend, real issues heightened by the pressures of public attention, with producers knowing exactly how to spotlight the moments that keep fans hooked. It's also worth thinking about the motivations behind how the family presents themselves. Kim and Barry, for example, have long emphasized their traditional values and faith-based approach to raising children, yet their kids are now carving their own paths, often in direct conflict with those values. That struggle between image and reality, tradition and independence, drives much of the ongoing drama. Viewers can't help but ask, are the Plaths trying to hold on to an idealized picture of family unity, or are they brave enough to face the cracks that have already been exposed? For fans, the speculation is part of the experience. Was the fight at Lydia's wedding real, or exaggerated? Are Micah and his girlfriend prepared for parenthood, or is this storyline being stretched for TV suspense? Did Ethan truly cross a line with his threats, or is there more context we haven't seen? These questions fuel the online conversations, from Reddit threads to Instagram debates, and they keep the audience invested long after the episodes air, and that's where you come in. What do you think, friends? Is the Plath family genuinely trying to heal, or are they stuck repeating the same patterns? Do you believe the drama is mostly authentic, or do you suspect some of it is staged to keep the cameras rolling? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments because your perspective makes this community stronger, and you might see your opinion reflected in a future video. One thing is certain, the Plaths aren't fading quietly into the background. Whether it's another explosive confrontation, a surprising reconciliation, or a new revelation that shakes the family's foundation, their story is far from over. Every season, every episode, and every social media post reminds us that reality TV can blur the lines between truth and performance, but in the middle of it all are real people facing very real struggles. So stay tuned, because if history has taught us anything, it's that the Plath family's next chapter will be just as shocking, emotional, and unpredictable as the last. Make sure you're subscribed to Reality Scandals Daily, hit that notification bell, and share your predictions below. Because when the truth comes out, and it always does, you'll want to be here to see it unfold together.